What's going on, guys? How are you? Hope you're well. Welcome back to RSR. We are back in the Porsche Cup car for 16 trips around Interlagos here. Qualified okay for this one. We're going to be starting P8. Couldn't quite tap into the 136s in quali, but I know we have got that in us. We are waiting for the lights, and here we go. We got a decent start on this short run up towards turn one. We're going to go easy on the brakes here into the left-hander. It looks like everybody is going to be playing nice so far. As we go through the Senna S's, it will be single file, and we are going to make this long run down towards turn four. This is a hot spot for carnage here at Interlagos. That Red Bull car up in front is a good reminder of that Verstappen and Hamilton battle in F1 a few years back. Marco Oening is going to make a move here in turn four, and it looks like he is going to get it done on Sean Perry as we make our way up the hill and down towards the hairpin for the first time. Going through turn six and turn seven here, going into this heavy braking zone before the hairpin, and it looks like, Oening is going to have a little bit of a lockup going in to turn eight. That is going to put Perry side by side through the hairpin. I am just going to sit back here and watch this one play out a little bit. We might be able to grab a couple freebies here on lap one. I'm also cognizant of Dylan Moorman back behind. He's going to take a peek outside of turn 10, but it looks like he is going to think better of it, and we are all going to follow Perry down through this section to the bottom of the hill, try and tuck in behind him here and see if we might be able to get a move done into turn one. The top three really have checked out here already, so this looks like the group that we are going to be battling for the remainder, not only of this lap, but hopefully for the remainder of the race here. I'm going to take a look down the inside as Perry breaks a little bit early. We're going to go for it, a slight lockup from us, but we're going to keep it tight to the curb. We can't quite get it done. We're going to be forced to the outside on turn two. We cannot get the drive out of the corner. And not only are we not going to gain P5, it looks like we are going to lose P6. That left the door open for Dylan Moorman to hang it out around the outside of turn three. He goes off track to make the move. We let him back on, try a little dummy down into turn four, but it is not going to work. He is going to have that move done and dusted as we are going to come back up through turn six and turn seven, going into the hairpin here. And while we do that, let's take a look back at that lap two battle. I really thought that move was going to be on, just could never quite get in front of Perry there, and it ended up costing me big time as it compromised my line through two and three, and that allowed Moorman to come from behind and get into the fight there. Really great side-by-side racing here through turn three. Great move and awareness from Dylan, has to be said, and unfortunately we were just not able to come out ahead on that one. So not only do we not pick up a spot, we're going to lose a spot here as we are going to fast forward to lap four, and as you can see, that gap to Moorman has not gone away. Currently we are at 4/10 as we go around. It looks like I am a little bit stronger in the first half of the lap, but this section right here, this hairpin, and then this section leading into turn 12, he has absolutely got me covered. The big problem with that is that I'm struggling to get close enough to make a move into turn one, which I feel like would be my best spot to get him back if I was able to get it done. We're going to try and follow him through, go back up the hill towards the start finish line, but as you can see, that gap has moved up to 1.2 seconds. We are definitely not going to be close enough to make a move here, but we're going to just focus on our lap time, focus on hitting our marks, and hopefully we can get close enough to maybe get him on lap six. We're going to be hard on the brakes here going into turn one, going down through the left-hander, then through two and three, the Senna S, and see if maybe we can make a little bit of run down towards turn four. I'm going to be a little bit too far back for a move on this one, so again, we're just going to focus on having a good braking point and being smooth, getting through turn 4 here. But there's a huge accident ahead. That is Marco Owning and Sean Perry. They have a coming together. Owning's car rocking back and forth. Causes a little bit of hesitation on my part. We're going to have to hang it around the outside in turn 5 here. That is going to compromise our ability, unfortunately, to get any closer to Mormon, as we are going to set up and go through the turn 9 hairpin here. And again, after turn 10, you can just see the drive that he is able to get off the corner compared to me. I don't know if it is the line that I'm taking. I don't know if maybe I'm in the wrong gears. I'm going through those corners. I'm not real sure, but there is no doubt at all that he is absolutely getting the best of me through that portion of the circuit. We were able to keep the relative about where it was, though. Kept it to 1.5 as we head up towards turn 1 again to complete lap 5. And as we do that, let's go back and check out that massive accident involving Owning and Perry, excuse me. I thought that it might have been a dive bomb situation, but not at all what happened there. It looks like Owning just lost it on the curb, bounces off the tires almost like a trampoline into the center of the track. Let's check Perry's on board here. And as you can see, just some really bad luck for him. I don't know if there was going to be much he was going to be able to do to avoid that one. And unfortunately for Owning, the trouble is not done, as Robson Cibola is just completely unbothered by the yellow flag warnings and absolutely obliterates Owning, who was sitting there waiting and waiting, and that is going to be the hit that unfortunately is going to finish his day. We are going to continue on and fast forward to lap 11 here, where we are within touching distance of Dylan Mormon up ahead. The gap is currently under 2 seconds, but my focus is quickly turning behind as Dustin Maksimovic has really cut some time out of us here. Nearly 3 seconds in the last 5 laps, and he is right on our bumper. He's given me a dummy the last few laps because he hasn't quite been alongside, but now it looks like he is going to be close enough. He's going to move his car to the inside. We are both going to be hard on the brakes down into turn 1. He's a little bit braver than I am, but he overcooks it. And we're going to give him the over-under and be able to regain that spot back going down the hill through the Senna S's. You can hear his frustration over chat there. Interlagos is just such a tough place to get a pass done. There's really only 2 opportunities to make a pass here. Up there into turn 1 and then down at the bottom of the hill that we just went through in turn 4. Those are really your only spots to get a move done. It's hard to blame him for going for it there. Obviously, we were able to stay ahead, and we are going to try and shift our focus back into the fight with Dylan Mormon. But once again, we are back in this section of the course where he and Dustin both are just a little bit quicker than I am. You can see that in the relative. All of that time that we were able to gain through that turn 1 over-under move has been lost as we are heading down into turn 12. He's got us down to 0.4 of a second. I'm hoping that I can get a good exit here and see if I can play a little bit better defense this time as we head up the hill. We're going to go with the same plan here. We're going to keep it towards the outside, give him the inside. Hopefully that will give us a run. If we have to go side by side, we are going to be hard on the brakes here once again, but this time it looks like Maksimovic is going to be able to park it on the curb, and he is going to get the move done. As we head down towards turn 4 here, we're going to try and make the same move on Dustin that we tried to make on Dylan a little bit earlier. We're going to show him a little bit of dummy as we head down into turn 4. Both hard on the brakes. And as we follow him through, it looks like he's going to get a little bit squirrely on exit here. We're going to try and make a run on him as we go up the hill towards turn 6. I'm going to fade to the inside, but I'm going to think a little bit better of it, and we are just going to slot in and follow him down through the hairpin here. So unfortunately, this lapse-long battle with Maksimovic is going to end with us conceding 5th place here. I just was not able to fight back after he got through. He's really got better pace than I do. You can see it as we go through this section. We're going to take a look at both of those moves. First, our undercut into turn 1. You can see from his onboard that he's just going to be asking for a little bit more grip in turn 1 than his car's got, and that gives us the opportunity to cut back under and keep the position for another lap. But unfortunately, it is all for naught, because on the very next lap, same corner, same move, but this time he's going to be able to park it on the curb and get the move done, scurry away as we head down the Senna S's here. We're going to pick it up now with 2 to go. We're going to pop the TV box up in the upper right. That is Will Phillip well ahead, but he is going to lose it through turn 11 there, and that could be an opportunity for Morin, for Maksimovic, and for myself here to possibly pick up another spot. It looks like Phillip is really having some trouble getting it going again, and this looks like it is now going to be a 3-way fight for 3rd place up ahead. We are heading up the hill towards the white flag, and we are about 3 seconds back at this point from 5th place. But maybe if we can get them to start fighting a little bit on the final lap here, we might be able to get back into this fight. You can see how close they are. Dustin and Dylan are fighting down turn 1, fighting through the Senna S section, and we are going to follow them down towards turn 4. And once again, they are so close, just 2 tenths in between the two of them. Dylan is going to cover off the inside for Dustin, and this is exactly what we want to see. This is what we hoped might have happened a little bit earlier when Maksimovic got through, but hey, better late than never. We are heading up the hill towards the hairpin for the final time here, and as we come around the curve, you can see that there's a little bit of a lock up there. Mormon locks it up, and Maksimovic is all over him. They are side by side going through the hairpin. This could be exactly what we need to be able to get back into this fight. You can see Dustin go wide there, looking for any gap that he can find. They're going to go side by side down the hill. These guys have been incredibly clean all race long, so no surprise that's what we're getting here on the last lap. It looks like they're going to get through turn 12 clean, and Mormon is going to pull away here for 4th place. We are actually going to set a personal best lap on the final trip around, but it is not going to be enough, and we are going to cross the line here in P6. A solid finish to a really fun race. We're going to get a little bit of a bump to the I rating here and a little bit of a hit to the safety rating due to some off tracks. I also want to shout out Francisco Garcia for running one of my trading paints liveries in this one. It's always cool to see somebody running around the circuit and something that I created, and that will always get you the still shot at the end of one of my videos. I hope that you liked this one, guys. If you did, leave a like, and I will catch you on the next one. See you.